God's chosen ones, the 144,000 have been called. The 4 angels have arrived with 4 powerful messages. Hear me, selected few. The spiritual veil has grown remarkably thin, and a significant event is taking shape in the celestial domains. Those who are perceptive can truly feel it. The transition, the sacred flow, the coming of heralds dispatched by the Almighty. The 4 celestial beings have arrived. This is neither a symbolic vision nor a poetic metaphor. They arrive with revelations that will transform your entire understanding. For countless years, these truths have stayed hidden from view. Yet, the moment of revelation is upon us. This message is intended for a select audience. This path is not meant for those who remain ensnared by the falsehoods of ease and self-satisfaction. This message is intended for you, the 144,000, those chosen and distinguished since before the dawn of time. If this strikes a chord within you, if your inner being awakens with a profound certainty that you are destined for something more, then this message is intended for you. Post 999 below as a testament to your acknowledgement of the sacred call upon your existence. Have you ever pondered why your journey has taken such a unique turn? What makes your path seem more burdensome, isolating, yet undeniably meaningful? You have perceived what remains hidden from others, experienced weights that only a select few can truly understand. You have encountered setbacks, persevered through unyielding challenges, and traversed a path that only a select few can truly comprehend. This is not a mere coincidence. From the very inception of the world, you were chosen for a purpose that transcends the mundane. The moment of readiness has passed. The 4 angels do not offer soft comforts. Instead, they deliver sacred commands that will elevate your soul to a whole new realm. Their words will not merely validate your long-held beliefs, but will spark a change that will forever reshape your journey. Are you prepared to listen to them? For when that moment arrives, everything will change forever. Before we delve into these revelations, I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to everyone who has backed this mission with their generous support. Your unwavering commitment and kindness transcend mere contributions. These are manifestations of celestial harmony. May divine grace shower upon you in ways that surpass your wildest dreams. Now, get ready. These 4 messages transcend mere knowledge. A rallying cry for engagement. Once you have them in your possession, there's no going back. Are you genuinely prepared? The time of realization has arrived. The selected ones, the 144,000, have received their calling. The 4 celestial beings have come forth, each bearing a profound message of great significance. Message 1, reflect on your existence. From the outset, the world has played tricks on you. The initial celestial being articulates a revelation that confronts all your previous understandings. You have been shaped to embrace a reality that was never intended for your true self. From the instant of your arrival, the world around you has imposed its expectations. What to long for, what to chase, what to hold dear. Have you ever paused to reflect on whether these truly belong to you? The fabric of reality is intricately spun with illusions, ensnaring many in a perpetual slumber. Illusions of grandeur, futile endeavors, aimless battles, all mere diversions crafted to prevent you from uncovering your true self. Yet, at this moment, the time has come to awaken your perception. See beyond the clamor, the ceaseless diversions, the weighty responsibilities that surround you. When everything is peeled back, what is left? Who are you outside of the labels, the roles, and the expectations that have been imposed on you? You were always destined to stand out. You were never intended to conform to this reality. That unease, that sense of being out of place, arises from the knowledge that your essence is destined for something far more significant. In John 15 verse 19, it is stated that if you are of the world would love you as its own. You are not of this world, I have selected you from among its many. The profound yearning you've always experienced, that intrinsic awareness of something greater, is the beckoning of your true purpose. Have you ever pondered why, despite adhering to the norms of the world, it never seems to resonate with your true self. You were distinguished from the rest. Reflect on Moses, a figure nurtured in the opulence of Pharaoh's palace, yet never fully belonging to that world. Despite his access to riches, influence, and acclaim, an unease lingered within him. He had received all that the world could offer, yet a deep-seated feeling within him whispered of greater destinies awaiting him. When the moment arrived, he found himself faced with a choice. Persist in the ease of deception, or embrace the sacred calling to guide his people towards liberation. His journey reflects your own. What deceptive persona have you been embodying? What familiar comforts have been holding you back from embracing your true purpose? In contemporary history, consider Malcolm X, a significant figure recognized for his impactful evolution. Once ensnared in a realm of trickery and untruths, he was shaped by a framework that aimed to categorize him. Yet, upon his awakening, he pierced the veils of deception. He could no longer fit in. He needed to escape. The revelation transformed everything. And now, that same truth beckons you. Rise and shine. Awaken to the bonds that have been forged around your thoughts and spirit. This world will never fully accept you, for you were never destined to be a part of it. Release the deceptions, the diversions, the empty assurances. What is left and everything is taken away. Just the facts. And the reality is, you have been selected. The discomfort you experience, the feeling of being slightly out of place, is not a defect. This is an indication. Your essence was never intended to be limited by the constructed frameworks of this reality. The unyielding desire within you is evidence that your essence was not meant to be confined by the constraints of society. You were not meant to fit into a flawed framework, nor to pursue mirages that disappear the instant you reach for them. Have you ever pondered why nothing in this world genuinely fulfills you? Why, even upon attaining what others deem success, a sense of emptiness persists? The world has shaped your pursuit of success, yet what is often labeled as success is merely a gilded prison. A life dedicated to the relentless chase of wealth, power, and status may appear rewarding from the outside, but beneath the surface, it frequently results in a spirit choked by anxiety and discontent. Observe the multitude of famous individuals who appear to possess it all, yet find themselves engulfed in sorrow. Robin Williams, a legendary figure in the realm of comedy, spread happiness to countless individuals, while simultaneously grappling with an intense and profound emptiness within. His narrative serves as a poignant reminder that external achievements do not necessarily lead to true tranquility within. What are your thoughts on validation? The world encourages you to chase after approval, to gauge your value through the judgments of others, yet validation is merely a constraint, binding you to the expectations of those who fail to recognize the entirety of your being. In John 12 verse 43, a caution is presented, highlighting the tendency to favor human admiration over divine approval. When you seek validation from others, you place yourself in a position of vulnerability. Is that the existence you desire, to be governed by the opinions of those who lack spiritual insight? Reflect on the tale of Daniel, a figure who stood firm against the influence of rulers and the intimidation from the powerful. When ordered to cease his prayers, he did not look for validation from others. He remained steadfast in his beliefs, even at the risk of being cast into the lion's den. And yet, it was not the approval of others that rescued him, it was the divine intervention. His steadfast dedication to truth resonates with your own sense of purpose. Why remain constrained by the expectations of those who fail to recognize your true calling? You were not meant to squander your time pursuing fleeting joys that ultimately leave you feeling exhausted. The gatherings, the transient exhilaration, the ceaseless diversions, none of it genuinely satisfies the void within. This world presents a facade of happiness, yet only the divine provides genuine contentment. Ecclesiastes 1 verse 14 states, "I have observed all the activities that occur beneath the sun, they are all futile, like pursuing the wind." At your core, you are aware of this reality. For how long will you permit yourself to be misled? Step beyond the facade, liberate yourself from the shackles of superficial desires and empty approval. You were never intended to be confined, your destiny is to embrace freedom. You've always sensed a distinction within yourself, as if you were an observer peering into a world that isn't quite yours. From a young age, you felt an unsettling dissonance in the world around you, as if the mechanisms of life were misaligned and didn't fully make sense. You endeavored to conform, adhering to the expectations imposed by the world around you, but beneath the surface, a part of you quietly rebelled. That resistance was not an act of defiance, it was an unveiling of truth. You are awakening to the illusion that has obscured the truth for countless generations. Take a moment to reflect on your life. To what extent do you think your beliefs stem from teachings rather than personal discovery? How many of your aspirations were sown within you by a society that never truly cared for your well-being? Isaiah 5 verse 20 cautions against the peril of labeling evil as good and good as evil, of exchanging darkness for light and light for darkness. You were never intended to submit to a flawed system constructed on deceit, yet the path to liberation lies in acknowledging the falsehoods for what they truly represent. Examine the seers and selected individuals from history. Elijah, a solitary figure confronting a vast empire of deceit, while others yielded to the corrupt reign of Ahab and Jezebel, discerned the truth behind the facade. He faced ridicule, pursuit, and solitude, yet he remained steadfast in his individuality. Due to his steadfast belief, divine insights were granted to him that remained hidden from the eyes of others. Have you ever pondered the reasons behind your frequent solitary strolls? What makes you perceive what others overlook? Maybe it is that, akin to Elijah, you were selected to see what lies beyond the surface. Yet, the gift of spiritual vision demands a sacrifice. To truly accept reality, one must be prepared to release all the illusions that continue to bind them. What are you holding on to that no longer benefits you? What thoughts, routines, or connections have held you back from realizing your full potential when you should have been fully engaged? Reflect on the narrative of Jim Carrey, a prominent figure in the film industry. At the pinnacle of his achievements, he confessed that everything, the recognition, the wealth, the honors, seemed empty. He once remarked that everyone ought to achieve wealth and fame, fulfilling all their dreams, just to realize that it doesn't provide the solution. His words resonate with the profound truth that the first angel is unveiling to you at this moment. What you believed would bring you satisfaction has merely resulted in a quest for something greater. This is your time to face the truth. The heavens await your reply. Will you continue to be ensnared by the deceptions of this reality? Will you accept the reality that stands before you? The initial insight has been unveiled. It is time for you to make a choice. Can you not perceive it yet? The universe holds no affection for you, as it was never designed to do so. For years, you have pondered the reasons behind the mockery, the misunderstandings, and the distance others create between you and them. This rejection is not arbitrary. It is not a burden. This serves as confirmation. They have an innate ability to perceive your essence, even if they struggle to articulate it. They perceive a quality in you that disturbs them, an essence that defies their norms. Thus, they betray you, not due to any fault of your own, but simply because you are not one of them. In John 15 verses 18 to 19, a clear warning is presented. If the world holds animosity towards you, remember that it directed its disdain towards me first. Should you find your place within this world, it would embrace you as one of its own. You are not of this world, yet I have selected you from it. That is the reason the world holds animosity towards you. Have you ever pondered why your mere presence can create discomfort in others, even in silence? What causes some individuals to turn against you without any apparent reason? Your uniqueness resonates with them, and they sense it. The shadows that dominate this realm acknowledge the brilliance within you, and they tremble at the thought of who you might become if you embrace your true purpose. Reflect on Joseph, the visionary. His own brothers loathed him, not due to any wrongdoing on his part, but because they perceived the celestial blessing that surrounded him. His mere presence posed a danger to them, leading to their betrayal, his sale into slavery, and their misguided belief that they had obliterated him. What they intended for harm, the divine transformed into something beneficial. Genesis 50-20. What if your rejection is truly a form of redirection? What if each act of betrayal, every loss, and every misunderstanding served as a divine mechanism to distinguish you for something far more significant? Even in contemporary society, consider Nikola Tesla, an extraordinary inventor who was truly ahead of his era. The world opposed him, ridiculed him, and sought to diminish his legacy. What is the reason? For he perceived what remained hidden from others. He possessed a keen understanding of matters that posed a danger to the influential, and for that, he was discarded. Yet, he is now etched in the annals of history. His narrative mirrors your own. Though the world might not acknowledge your brilliance today, you are destined for greatness. The shadows have been aware since the very instant of your arrival into this world. That is the reason for the attacks, the reason the struggles have been unyielding. However, do not confuse resistance with defeat. It serves as evidence that you possess something beyond the grasp of this world. The real inquiry is, will you allow their rejection to shape your identity? Will you embrace and fully embody the essence of your true self? Chosen one, pay close attention. The rejection you encountered was not a mere coincidence. Each instance of solitude, each period of desolation, every moment you sensed your difference, it was all woven into a greater design. You were always destined to stand out. You were never destined to find acceptance among those who failed to recognize your true essence. From the outset, you have tread a unique journey, one that distinguishes you from the masses. Have you ever paused to ponder the reasons behind it? The reality is, the world fails to see you because your essence refuses to submit to its counterfeit rulers. The frameworks of our reality are constructed from deceptions, authority, prestige, and dominance, crafted to bind the consciousness of the oblivious. Yet you were destined to pierce the veil of illusion. Your essence was not designed to fit in, but to soar beyond boundaries. This is the reason you have consistently sensed a distinction within yourself. No matter how hard you attempted to blend in, there was always a part of you that pushed back. In John 17 verse 14, Jesus cautioned, "I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, for they are not of the world any more than I am of the world." Much like the way Christ faced rejection from those he sought to save, you have also encountered the sting of being turned away. Your existence is not a reflection of unworthiness, rather, it serves as a beacon of a profound truth that eludes the grasp of the world. Have you observed how certain individuals are attracted to you, while others seem to oppose you for no apparent reason? Your actions are not the cause of this situation. Your essence holds a mystery that defies explanation. Consider David, the shepherd lad who was ignored, underestimated, and left behind, even by those closest to him. When the prophet Samuel arrived to seek out Israel's next king, David was overlooked entirely, deemed unworthy to even be present. Nevertheless, he was the one selected by the divine. As others chased the approval of people, David found himself in the shadows, honing his skills in isolation, molded by the sting of rejection. And when the moment arrived, he was prepared. Is it possible that what you perceive as rejection is, in fact, a form of preparation? Even in the modern era, reflect on Albert Einstein, a towering intellect in the annals of history. In his youth, he was perceived as sluggish, unusual, and even lacking in ability. Educators questioned his abilities. He was cast aside by society. What they perceived as frailty was, in truth, a mind functioning at a level that eluded their comprehension. His rejection served as evidence that he was not part of their system, and neither are you. Embrace the solitude instead. Do not dwell on the rejection. This indicates that you are distinguished from the rest. The deceptive rulers of this realm hold no sway over you, which is precisely why they fail to see your true essence. Yet, the heavens do. And when the moment arrives, those who once turned you away will understand precisely why you were selected. Will you accept your true path, or will you continue to struggle to conform to a world that was never designed for you? Your adversary has sought to shatter your spirit. He has softly planted deceit in your thoughts, causing you to doubt yourself, leading you to ponder if you were the issue. He has attempted to persuade you that you lack value, that you are unlovable, that there is something inherently flawed about you. But listen closely to the truth now. You are not at fault. You pose a danger. They are afraid of you. They dread your brilliance as it reveals their shadows. Your insight evokes fear in them, as it remains unyielding to manipulation. They are apprehensive about how you enter a space and transform the mood without saying anything at all. Have you ever observed how individuals seem to feel uncomfortable around you even before you utter a word? Your essence holds a depth that eludes their comprehension, yet they sense it on an instinctual level. The adversary is aware of your capacity to perceive deeper truths, to penetrate illusions, and to reveal concealed motives. And that is the reason they betrayed you. Even Jesus encountered this very same resistance. In John 8 verse 45, it is stated, "Because I tell you the truth, you do not believe me." He was an outcast, for he dared to unveil the truths that others preferred to shroud in darkness. And now this very struggle has reached you. Have you ever pondered why individuals who once stood by your side have suddenly become distant? Why did those you relied on attempt to stifle your voice? It was never a matter of you as an individual. It revolved around what you bore. The brilliance within you challenged the shadows in them, and instead of transforming, they aimed to extinguish your light. But hear me, selected one, your solitude was not a burden, it was a form of readiness. Each season of solitude, each instance of feeling forsaken, every moment of dismissal served as a crucible of transformation. The challenges were never intended to break you. They were designed to remove every false bond, every reliance on human validation, allowing you to discover the importance of seeking only divine approval. Much like Joseph, who faced betrayal from his own kin and endured imprisonment before embracing his true purpose, your struggles hold meaning and are not without purpose. What was intended for harm, God has turned into a blessing for you. Genesis 50-20. Even in contemporary society, reflect on Oprah Winfrey, a woman who faced rejection, abuse, and adversity from an early age. She received the message that success would elude her, that she would never achieve anything of significance. Yet she would not allow the world's whispers to shape her identity. Instead, she embraced the flames of hardship, letting them mold her into the individual she was destined to be. And now, she stands as a powerful example of the strength that comes from refusing to be muted. This is your moment of discovery. You were never left behind. You were under the watchful gaze of the heavens. You have always been deserving. Your value was undeniably immense for those who failed to recognize it. You were always accompanied. A divine presence has always been by your side. No more apologies are needed. Stop diminishing your true self to fit into someone else's comfort zone. It's time to speak your mind freely, without fear of upsetting those who struggle with reality. The world has sought to convince you that being unique is a hardship, that embracing your individuality is something to hide from. But the moment for hiding your brilliance has passed. Distinguish yourself. Allow them to express their thoughts. Allow them to misinterpret. Allow them to gaze. Do you genuinely believe that their views shape your purpose? Do you think their approval defines your value? Your purpose here is not to seek approval. The extraordinary, those selected by a higher power, have always faced rejection from society. Jesus faced disapproval. The Pharisees despised him. Spiritual authorities conspired against him. Even those closest to him turned their backs. But did he sacrifice his authenticity? Did he alter his purpose to gain the world's acceptance? Negative. He challenged the status quo, revealed the contradictions, and achieved his goals, undeterred by the resistance. Now, it's your moment to shine. Your arrival was meant to unsettle, to rattle the very core of deception, to confront the shadows that have been permitted to flourish without restraint. Have you ever observed how individuals who thrive in falsehood feel at ease among those who adhere to conformity, yet become restless when confronted by those who embody authenticity? Your mere presence stands as a bold challenge to the falsehoods that permeate this world. Consider Martin Luther King Jr., an individual who would not stay quiet when confronted with wrongdoing. He found no acceptance within the system. He received no recognition from those in authority. He faced animosity, mockery, and ultimately met his demise through assassination. Not due to his error, but because he articulated a truth that unsettled the established order. He might have chosen to remain quiet. He might have chosen to soften his brilliance. Yet he welcomed the purpose that had been set before him. Will you do that? The second revelation has arrived. You have been chosen for a purpose. No more shadows to linger in. The truth has been revealed to you. Now, you need to fully accept it. Note 3. Comply promptly. The moment to act is now. There's no time left for hesitation. The time for doubt has come to an end. The voice of the third angel resonates powerfully, reverberating through the atmosphere and trembling the ground beneath your feet. No more delays. No more doubts. It's time to stop the endless quest for another indication. The truth has been laid bare before you. The task is now yours to undertake. You are already aware of your purpose. Now, proceed with it. How many additional confirmations are required? How many more times will you listen to the same plea before you take that step forward? Moses found himself before the burning bush, filled with questions, uncertainties, and seeking reassurance from God. Nevertheless, he had already been selected by God. Exodus 3 verse 11. Who am I that I should approach Pharaoh? He inquired. Yet, the focus was never on the identity of Moses. It centered on the nature of the divine. The same applies to you as well. Cease the anticipation of readiness. Cease seeking approval. The call has already been sent forth. At this moment, you are required to provide a response. Have you ever observed how certain individuals squander years, even decades, in anticipation of a perfect moment that ultimately never arrives? Steve Jobs, a remarkable figure of our era, famously stated, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Had he bided his time for the ideal circumstances, the perfect conditions, the ultimate opportunity, he would have never made a mark on the world. Yet he took action. The decision lies in your hands now. Will you step forward, or will you continue to linger as moments fade into the past? The voice of the third angel is anything but gentle. This matter requires immediate attention. The divine is poised for your next step. This world does not require another indecisive spirit, another selected individual who lingers in trepidation and doubt. It requires champions. It requires individuals who will elevate, articulate, innovate, and take action. Those who cease searching for indications and begin embodying the indication. A summons has been issued. You are ready. All that you require has been provided to you. Will you comply now? Selected individual, you have sensed the attraction. You've sensed the murmurs within your soul, noticed the omens around you. And still, you pause. One ponders, am I genuinely prepared? You wonder, do I possess the necessary qualities? But listen closely now. Procrastination is the fiercest adversary you face. Each moment of uncertainty opens a portal for skepticism. As time passes, your confidence gradually diminishes. Your adversary seeks to ensnare you in a web of doubt, immobilized by relentless contemplation, anticipating a moment of perfect understanding that is destined to elude you. What if the understanding you desire will only reveal itself when you take action? As time drags on, the grip of fear tightens around you. What if Moses had allowed fear to deter him at the burning bush? What if Esther had chosen silence, paralyzed by fear of confronting the king. What if David had gazed at Goliath and considered, perhaps I should hold off for a mightier opponent? They did not hesitate. They advanced with purpose. As a result of their actions, divine intervention occurred. Yet, uncertainty does more than nurture apprehension. It shuts pathways that were destined for you. Have you ever reflected on a chance you let slip away, coming to the realization too late that it was truly meant for you? Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4 cautions that those who wait for perfect conditions will miss the opportunity to sow. Those who gaze at the clouds shall not gather the harvest. Should you continue to hold out for ideal circumstances, progress will remain elusive. And if you remain stagnant, how will you ever embrace what is destined for you? Reflect on Kobe Bryant, a legendary figure in the world of basketball. He became a legend through his unwavering resolve. He transformed into one through relentless attempts, persisting despite setbacks. He once remarked, "Every negative experience, every pressure and challenge, is merely an opportunity for me to elevate myself." What if you viewed your uncertainties and anxieties in a similar light? Not as obstacles, but as indicators that you are entering a realm of greater possibilities. The reality is, you are fully equipped for what lies ahead. The unprepared are often the ones who receive the call. He summons those who are eager. There's no need for further indication. More time is not a necessity. The time has arrived. The sole inquiry remains, will you embrace it, or will you allow doubt to rob you of what was destined to be yours? Time is of the essence, there can be no further delays. The heavens are in motion. The grand design is in motion, and if you fail to align with it, you risk being left in the shadows. Your life's purpose is not defined by convenience. It is a matter of pressing importance. Now is the moment for decisive action, for confidence, for seizing the opportunity without delay. The opportunities that present themselves will not last indefinitely. The chances that lie ahead may not promise a return. If you hesitate to take action now, how many opportunities will slip away from you? Indeed, the path forward is shrouded in ambiguity. Indeed, venturing into the unfamiliar can be quite daunting. Yet, when has belief truly revolved around assurance? Abraham received a divine summons to forsake all he knew and embark on a journey to an unfamiliar land, guided by faith. Genesis 12 verse 1. Did he possess a map? Did he possess evidence of what lay ahead? Negative. He possessed nothing but the divine whisper and the unwavering belief to pursue it. Through his obedience, he established a legacy that endures to this day. What if he had paused for a moment? What would have happened if he had postponed? What if he had allowed fear to confine him to the realm of the known? Your compliance will reveal wonders. Have you thought about the possibility that the breakthrough you seek is just waiting for you to take that initial step of faith? The Red Sea did not part for the Israelites until they took a step forward. The walls of Jericho remained steadfast until they advanced in unwavering compliance. Extraordinary outcomes come in the wake of effort. James 2 verse 17 serves as a poignant reminder that faith alone, without the support of action, is lifeless. The adversary seeks to keep you immobilized, paralyzed by fear of action and the possibility of failure. What if the true failure lies in the decision to remain inactive? Consider Elon Musk, a bold innovator of our era. He gambled it all, investing his own funds into Tesla and SpaceX despite the naysayers predicting his downfall. There were instances that felt insurmountable, when every authority forecasted his demise. Yet he continued onward. He maintained his faith in the vision. And now, the audience gazes in wonder. His narrative exemplifies that remarkable achievements are not reserved for those who waver. Opportunities arise for those who dare to take action, even amidst uncertainty about what lies ahead. The moment has arrived. Your patience has been tested for far too long. The heavens are in motion. Are you going to go along with it? Will you let your fear hold you captive? Will you embrace the choice that could transform it all? The decision lies in your hands. Keep this in mind. Compliance in the present will unlock opportunities that doubt will forever seal shut. Note 4. Express the reality. Your voice has the power to tremble the very ground beneath us. As the fourth angel's voice resonates, his words ignite with an unquenchable flame. It is a blaze that cleanses, that devours deceit, and that sparks the spirits of those prepared to rise. You have been selected, not for quietude, but for expression. Your vision was bestowed upon you not to be concealed, but to light the way for those who roam in shadows. Wisdom is a gift meant to flow freely, not to be hoarded, but to nourish those who seek the truth like a refreshing stream. You have been given a sacred truth to share with the world, standing firm against any uncertainty or fear. Now, dear one, part your lips and allow the divine words to pour forth from within you. Can you sense it, the burden of the phrases resting on your spirit? Your voice was always intended to be heard. There exists a unique insight within you, an ability to notice what remains hidden to others, to hear the subtle murmurs that many overlook. What if the experiences you've encountered were given to you because a higher power believed you would speak out? The phrases you hold are not solely yours. They are divine, revered, destined to liberate the imprisoned. Yet, from the very start, the adversary has battled against your expression. He has attempted to stifle your voice, to instill doubt in your confidence, to sow seeds of fear in your heart, causing you to pause before expressing yourself. How often has he led you to think that your voice holds no significance, that your truth will go unheard? And yet, deep within, the truth resonates with certainty. Your unique voice was distinguished even before you took your first breath. This mirrors the experiences of the prophet Jeremiah. When the divine summoned him, Jeremiah faltered, exclaiming, "Ah, sovereign Lord, I lack the words to express myself. I am quite young." Jeremiah 1 verse 6. Yet the divine addressed his trepidation, proclaiming, "Before I shaped you in the womb, I recognized you. Before your arrival, I distinguished you. I have chosen you to be a messenger for the nations." Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Much like Jeremiah, you were chosen even before your arrival. The purpose that beckons you is not merely a coincidence you happened upon. It was inscribed in the essence of your existence long before the dawn of time. So, what's holding you back at this moment? Why let fear seize you when the cosmos has already defined your destiny? Reflect on Martin Luther King Jr., a figure who, in the midst of significant adversity, refused to stay silent when confronted with injustice. He faced innumerable instances of being threatened, mocked, and urged to silence himself. Nevertheless, he decided to move ahead, proclaiming, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." He understood that his voice served not for his own ease, but for the freedom of countless others. Can you recognize the similarity? Your words resonate with equal significance in the spiritual domain. One does not engage in conversation merely to seek approval. Your words are not meant for validation. Your voice emerges in response to a summons. Your voice is vital, as it carries the weight of those who are bound by oppression. What is the fire that ignites your soul? The message echoes the call that John the Baptist proclaimed in the wilderness. Turn away from your wrongs, for the realm of the divine is at hand. Matthew 3.2. Your voice carries its own distinct resonance. It resonates like a clarion call, a sound that cuts through falsehoods, rousing those who have been sedated by the distractions of the world. Will you allow the flame inside you to extinguish? Will you stand up and allow your voice to become the powerful tool it was meant to be? The moment is upon us, selected individual. The blaze in your expressions was never intended to be subdued. You were not meant to murmur, but to proclaim. Speak up and allow the world to listen to the treasures that lie within you. You were never intended to speak softly when the divine flame ignites your spirit. Your voice was designed to resonate, to tremble the core of shadows, to cut through falsehoods, and to rouse the spirits of those still ensnared in a deep, spiritual sleep. Do not retreat when you were destined to soar. Do not linger in the darkness when you were destined to shine in the brightness. Each word you utter with conviction holds the profound significance of the heavens. This journey is not yours to face alone. The divine presence, supreme authority, and immense power support you unwaveringly. Express yourself with confidence. Allow the flames of your passion to eradicate any doubt and proclaim your truth with the confidence of one who understands that destiny has already marked your triumph. This marks the fourth revelation, a message imbued with profound urgency from the divine. It is not intended to remain concealed, nor should it be expressed with hesitation. You hold the essence of truth, and it is now your duty to share it with the world. Consider the figures who came before you, like Moses, who, despite his stammer, faced Pharaoh with unwavering resolve. Elijah, standing resolutely against the false prophets of Baal in solitude. Ezekiel, who addressed the parched bones until they surged with strength. They were not selected for their articulate speech, physical prowess, or credentials. They were selected due to their compliance. Will you do that? How will you utilize these words? Will you brush them aside as merely another note, something to ponder at a later time when it seems appropriate? Or will you let them take hold, igniting something profound within you that transforms your very essence? Will you shatter the pattern of hesitation, uncertainty, and excessive contemplation? Will you embrace the path that destiny has been guiding you to? Gideon once concealed himself in trepidation, believing he was the most insignificant of his family, unfit to be chosen by God. Then the angel of the Lord came to him and proclaimed, "The Lord is with you, valiant warrior." Judges 6 verse 12. Even in moments of self-doubt, the heavens had already declared his triumph. This holds true for you as well. It's easy to feel unprepared, to believe your voice lacks power, or that your history holds you back. Yet the heavens perceive in another light. The divine recognizes the fighter within you, the one shaped by challenges, the one purified by flames, the one selected for this very moment. Observe the environment that surrounds you. Shadows deepen with confidence. Falsehoods are circulating as if they were facts, yet the chosen are emerging, embracing the entirety of their destiny. You were always destined to take center stage. You are not just an observer in this conflict. You are a champion, a vessel of divine purpose. In the realm of history and leadership, the individuals who altered the trajectory of destiny did not hesitate for the moment they felt entirely ready. After enduring years of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela emerged not merely as a survivor, but as a leader who championed the cause of his people's freedom. He once remarked, "I discovered that true courage is not the lack of fear, but the victory over it." He understood that fear must not govern his choices. Now, the inquiry shifts to you. Will trepidation hold you back, or will you embrace the courage that has already been instilled in you? A summons has been issued. The words have been bestowed. The inquiry has shifted from your preparedness to your willingness to comply. Will you respond to the call, or will you allow doubt to steal the destiny that is already poised for you? The moment has arrived. Stand tall. Express yourself. Proclaim. The world awaits. Procrastination equates to rejection. With each moment of indecision, the adversary capitalizes on the chance to sow additional doubt, amplify fear, and provide more justifications to persuade you that you are unprepared. Each moment you convince yourself, "I simply require additional time," you are unwittingly relinquishing the very territory that was destined to belong to you. How many triumphs have been lost due to the hesitation of those destined for greatness at the brink of their breakthrough? What is the count of battles that have been lost? Not due to the enemy's might, but rather because of postponed compliance. Comprehend this. Those who have received a call from the divine have never truly felt prepared. Not Moses, who trembled at the sound of his own voice. Not David, merely a shepherd lad when he received the anointing as king. Not Esther, who pondered whether she possessed the bravery to face the king. And yet, the selection was not based on their assurance or readiness. He selected them due to their eagerness. Can you recognize the trend? Your readiness isn't defined by your sense of preparedness, but rather by your openness to trust the one who has summoned you. This moment transcends your sense of worth. It was never about that. The angels are not here to assess your qualifications. Heaven does not require you to showcase a list of accomplishments to validate your worthiness for this calling. The decision has already been made by a higher power. You were selected, not for your perfection, not for your complete understanding, but for the willingness of your heart. The final inquiry remains, will you take that step forward? Examine the narrative of Peter. He acted on impulse, had his imperfections, and frequently misinterpreted the teachings of Jesus. When Jesus beckoned him to leave the safety of the boat and tread upon the water, Peter acted without hesitation, disregarding any potential dangers. He emerged into the open. Indeed, he stumbled, yet he walked upon the waves. The others remained in the boat, at ease yet apprehensive. Despite everything, Peter's readiness set him apart as the one whom Jesus would eventually designate as the foundation upon which he would establish his church. Matthew 16:18. If Peter had postponed his decision until he felt prepared, he would have never embarked on that journey. How about you? Are you holding out for a sense of assurance before taking action? What if that sensation never arrives? Throughout history, we observe that individuals who achieved greatness did not postpone their actions until they felt prepared. Reflect on Mother Teresa, a modest individual who experienced a profound urge to aid those most in need. She took action without waiting for ample resources, perfect connections, or an elaborate plan. She boldly ventured forward, believing that divine provision would come, and it did. It was her determination, rather than her credentials, that transformed the world. Perfection is not a requirement for heaven. There's no expectation for you to have everything sorted out. He simply seeks your compliance, your faith, your readiness to embark on that initial journey. The time is upon us. The celestial beings have come forth. The summons has been issued. What remains now is your reply. Will you embrace the narrative that has already been crafted for you, or will you allow doubt to deprive you of what was destined to be yours? The words have been laid bare, and now the moment for decisive steps is upon us. You have been summoned, chosen, and equipped for this precise moment in time. Your adversary has sought to stifle your voice, yet you were born to speak out. Your voice possesses a remarkable strength. You possess words that can shatter bonds, insight that can cut through falsehoods, and a purpose that is undeniable. To embark on this mission, you must relinquish all fear, hesitation, and doubt into the care of the Almighty. Engage in prayer not merely with words, but with your entire essence, summoning the heavens to spark the flame within you. Let us come together in prayer as one family. Dear God, I approach you today with a heart that is open and fully surrendered. You have summoned me, you have selected me, and you have entrusted your truth to me. Before my arrival into this world, you bestowed upon me the gift of voice to articulate, the spirit to perceive, and the intellect to comprehend. For an extended period, I have permitted fear to restrain me. I found myself pondering over something you had already clarified. I found myself hesitating even though you had already paved the path ahead. Yet today, I affirm my commitment, Lord. I proclaim that I shall remain silent no more. The adversary has sought to silence me, to instill uncertainty in my mission, yet his plots shall not succeed. For you have not bestowed upon me a spirit of fear, but rather one of strength, love, and clarity of thought. I embrace this truth within my spirit. May every falsehood that has held me captive be shattered now in the name of Jesus. Ignite a flame within my soul, O Lord. Allow your expressions to surge within me like a powerful current, relentless and unwavering. Grant me courage, O Lord, courage like Moses standing before Pharaoh, courage like Elijah atop Mount Carmel, courage like John the Baptist who paved the way for Christ. As I express myself, may it be your words that flow through me, not my own. As I speak, may honesty flow forth, shattering bonds and liberating those held captive. Father, I seek forgiveness for every instance where I have let the opinions of others guide my choices. I am not here to satisfy everyone. I am here to bring your vision to life. The world might not grasp my essence. They might turn me down. They might even betray me. Yet I shall not yield to their deceitful rulers. I pledge my loyalty solely to you. Grant me fortitude, O Lord. The path forward is bound to be challenging. I understand that following the path of obedience will bring challenges, resistance, and times of uncertainty. Yet, just as you journeyed alongside Joshua, just as you stood firm with David, I am certain you will stand by my side. Your message in Isaiah 41 verse 10 reassures us not to fear, for you are with us. Do not lose heart, for I am your God. I will empower you and support you. I shall support you with my just and powerful hand. I hold tightly to this assurance. I refuse to let fear dictate my steps. I shall proceed with unwavering belief. Dear Father, I seek your guidance and clarity. Assist me in looking deeper, to identify falsehoods as they emerge, to discern the plots of the adversary before they can establish themselves. Allow me to be a beacon of honesty in a sea of deception. May my words pierce the shadows like a blade, illuminating the path for the wandering souls. I seek strength to persevere. There will be instances of fatigue, times when I feel isolated, times when I doubt everything. Yet, please remind me, Father, that solitude is but an illusion. Let it be known that even Jesus faced rejection, misunderstanding, and persecution, yet he remained steadfast. If the world despised him, they will also despise those who stand by him. John 15 verse 18. Yet, I decide to pursue it regardless. Today I embrace my true purpose. It's time to move forward. It's time to take action without hesitation. Certainty has replaced any lingering doubts I once had. I accept the responsibility you have entrusted to me. I wholeheartedly accept the task you have entrusted to me. I part my lips, and words will flow forth. Release your strength ahead of me. May your grace envelop me. Allow your expressions to pour into my being. For yours is the realm, the strength, and the magnificence, eternally and always. In the powerful name of Jesus, I offer my prayer. Amen. As we explore the deep importance of those selected by the divine, and the compelling call of the 144,000, we are reminded that the coming of the four angels with their sacred messages signifies a crucial turning point in history. These celestial beings arrive not merely with messages, but with an urgent invitation to embrace change, to embark on a journey of transformation, and to seize the destiny that has been divinely ordained for you. This moment calls for an acknowledgement of your connection to a greater whole, an everlasting essence, a beautifully crafted design beyond your individual existence. The journey you are on holds significant meaning, and with every step you take in trust, you are harmonizing with a higher purpose. The 144,000 represent more than merely a collection of people. They embody the essence of those selected to fulfill a higher purpose, tasked with manifesting a sacred vision on this planet. This journey is not without its obstacles, yet keep in mind that with every obstacle arises a chance to deepen your faith and to embrace the purpose that has been instilled in your heart. With the arrival of profound messages, you are urged to pay attention, take action, and shine brightly in a world that is in dire need of illumination. You possess all the tools necessary to embrace your purpose, and the power you seek resides within you, supported by divine grace and direction. In this era of enlightenment, as celestial beings communicate and the grand design reveals itself, it is essential to harmonize with the divine purpose. Do not allow the clamor of the world to overshadow the sacred messages that are being communicated to you. Pause to absorb, contemplate, and advance with conviction, understanding that as one of the selected, you belong to a larger purpose. Your involvement is crucial to the realization of a foretold destiny, and your contribution to this sacred narrative holds great importance. If this message resonates with you, if you find yourself inspired and uplifted by the profound truth of God's calling in your life, we invite you to contemplate supporting this ministry through Super Thanks. Your contribution, regardless of its magnitude, serves as a vital investment in disseminating these impactful messages and persistently uplifting those who are in need of them. Your generosity fills us with gratitude, and we truly value your dedication to the impactful work unfolding through this platform. Nonetheless, it's important to recognize that your presence here is a true gift, regardless of your decision to contribute or not. By engaging with this content, liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting, you are taking part in the meaningful work that is unfolding in this world. Your participation is what enhances this community's strength and influence. United, we can touch more hearts, illuminate more paths, and foster greater change in the lives of those chosen by the divine. We encourage you to express your reflections, your narratives, and your perspectives in the comments section below. We would love to hear how this message has impacted you and how you are answering the divine call in your life. Your words hold significance, and they have the power to motivate those who share this path. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to ensure you stay updated on messages that have the potential to transform your life. First and foremost, we wish to convey our heartfelt appreciation to all of you. Your ongoing support means the world to us, and we are truly grateful for your presence in this vibrant community, regardless of whether you choose to donate. Wishing you an abundance of blessings, may you be guided by profound wisdom and find the strength to pursue your true purpose. As you progress on your path, remember that you are accompanied by others. The celestial beings are by your side, enveloped in divine affection. We appreciate your presence with us, and may you forever journey in the warmth of His love and grace.